Welcome back to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
So, today we're tackling a really influential book, one that still gets people talking a lot about money. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a classic in the personal finance space. Divisive for some, but undeniably impactful.
Totally. We've gone through some key excerpts, really tried to distill the main arguments, and our mission really is to unpack the core mindsets Kiyosaki talks about, understand them better.
Maybe find that shortcut he mentions, getting out of the quote-unquote rat race.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. What if everything you thought about making money was, well, maybe not wrong, but incomplete?
That's the hook, isn't it?
It is. This book lays out this idea of two really different ways of thinking about financial wisdom, and he does it through these two dad figures.
Right. It sets up this fascinating contrast right from the start.
It really does.
You've got Kiyosaki's biological father, highly educated government job, the one he calls poor dad. And then there's his best friend's dad, an entrepreneur, less formal education maybe, but street smart, who becomes rich dad.
And it's the clash between their philosophies that drives the whole book.
Exactly. It's not just about what they advised, but how those fundamentally different viewpoints shape your whole attitude towards money, towards work.
Towards your entire financial future, really.
Yeah. It's less about saying one is totally right and the other totally wrong.
Though Kiyosaki definitely has a preference.
Oh, for sure. But it's more about showing how deeply our early financial programming, you could call it, affects everything.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting for me. The book kicks off with this huge, almost counterintuitive idea.
The big one.
Yeah, the rich don't work for money.
Boom. Right there.
I mean, that just flips everything on its head, doesn't it? For most of us, working for money is the whole point.
It's what we're taught. Go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, get that paycheck. That's the poor dad model, essentially.
Right. My dad certainly taught me that. So what does Kiyosaki mean by that? It sounds like lounging by the pool all day.
Well, maybe eventually. But no, it's more fundamental. It's about shifting how you generate income.
Okay.
So, poor dad trades time for money. An hour of work equals an hour's pay. If you stop working, the money stops.
The typical job structure.
Exactly. Rich dad, on the other hand, focuses on acquiring things, assets that generate income independently of his direct time.
But money works for him.
That's the core idea. Building systems, investments, businesses, things that make money whether you're actively clocking in or not. It's about getting off that hamster wheel.
Okay, that makes sense. Not working, but working differently. Working on things that generate income passively or semi-passively.
Precisely. It's a strategic shift.
So if they're not just working for money, like most people, what are they doing? It sounds like it comes down to understanding money itself.
You've nailed it. That leads directly into maybe the most crucial lesson. Financial literacy is essential.
Right. And specifically, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities.
This is huge. And Kiyosaki is very, very clear on his definitions here. No ambiguity.
He doesn't pull punches, does he? So how does he define them?
Super simple, really. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket.
Okay.
Like rental properties bringing in rent, stocks paying dividends,
Yeah.
a business you own spitting out profit, money flowing to you.
Got it. And a liability.
The opposite, anything that takes money out of your pocket.
Credit card debt. Car payments.
Exactly. Mortgages, loans, even, that fancy boat needing fuel and upkeep. Money flowing away from you.
And his big point is that the rich focus on collecting the assets.
Right. While many others unintentionally collect liabilities, sometimes even thinking they're assets.
Which brings us to the classic example, the house.
Ah, yes, the house.
Most people think my house is my biggest asset. It's what we're always told. But Kiyosaki throws a wrench in that, doesn't he?
He certainly does. And it causes a lot of debate. His argument is, for most homeowners, the house functions as a liability.
How so? Because it's costing you money constantly.
Exactly. Think about it. Mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, repairs, utilities. It's a constant drain on your cash flow. Money's going out every month because of it.
Even if the value goes up on paper.
Even then.
Yeah.
Because that appreciation isn't putting cash in your pocket month to month. Now, could it become part of an asset strategy? Sure.
Like using home equity for an investment.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Or renting it out. But the key is understanding its actual cash flow effect day to day. Is it feeding you money or are you feeding it? That's his litmus test.
That actually clarifies it a lot, focusing on the cash flow direction. Okay.
It's a fundamental distinction for building wealth his way.
So if the goal is getting assets, having money work for you, that implies taking more control, right? Building something yourself,
Precisely. Which leads to his next point, mind your own business.
which doesn't necessarily mean quitting your day job tomorrow morning.
Not at all. He's not saying ditch your job, especially initially. He means while you have your job which pays the bills, you should also be building your own business on the side, your asset column.
So developing streams of income that you own and control.
Exactly. A side hustle, investments, maybe intellectual property, something that generates income separate from your salary. It's about shifting from just working in a system to owning a system.
Okay. And this connects to something that sounds a bit corporate, the power of corporations.
Right. And that word corporation can scare people off. Sounds like big business stuff.
Yeah, like that's for CEOs, not for me trying to build a side gig.
But Kiyosaki argues it's a structure even small players can and should understand and potentially use.
Why? What's the advantage?
It boils down to how businesses and taxes work. He emphasizes that the rich understand this system. A corporation is a separate legal entity,
Okay.
and that entity often gets treated differently for tax purposes than an individual employee. Businesses can often pay for legitimate expenses, travel, supplies, certain benefits before taxes are calculated.
Whereas an employee gets taxed first, then pays expenses from what's left.
Generally, yes. It's
Yep.
about understanding the rules of the game for businesses, not just employees, and using those rules legally to your advantage. It provides structure, protection, and potential tax efficiencies.
So it's about leveraging the system that exists.
Exactly. If you connect these two ideas, minding your own business and understanding corporations, you see the bigger picture. Building your own thing, even small. It teaches you so much about cash flow, structure, the economy, things you just don't learn as an employee.
You're seeing how the machine works from the inside.
Right. And understanding the legal framework, like corporations, isn't about shady dealings. It's about using the built-in incentives the system offers to help businesses grow and protect assets legally.
It's really striking when you lay it out like that, how little of this is taught in schools.
Oh, it's almost entirely absent.
We learn algebra, biology, but practical money management, investing, understanding taxes beyond filling out a basic form, usually not.
Which leads directly to key lesson 5, the importance of financial education. Kiyosaki hammers this home.
If the schools won't teach you.
You have to teach yourself.
Yeah.
You need to proactively learn about investing, basic accounting, market trends, legal structure.
You have to take responsibility for your own financial literacy.
Absolutely. And that education unlocks the next idea, which sounds almost magical. Key lesson 6, the rich invent money.
Okay, that sounds like alchemy. He doesn't mean literally printing it, obviously.
No, definitely not counterfeiting. It's about creativity born from knowledge.
Meaning?
Meaning, with financial education, you start to see opportunities that others miss. You understand value? You can spot an underperforming asset, figure out how to improve it.
Or see a need in the market and create a solution, a business.
Exactly. You structure a deal, you combine resources, you solve a problem, effectively inventing value, and therefore money, where there seemingly was none before. It's about recognizing and creating opportunity through financial intelligence.
It changes how you see the world then, from just a consumer or employee to a potential creator or investor.
That's a great way to put it. Financial education gives you the vocabulary and the framework to even perceive these possibilities.
Yeah.
Without it, they just fly under the radar.
Yeah, I can see that. How many chances do we miss just because we don't know what to look for?
Probably countless. It's not just about numbers, it's about seeing potential.
Okay, but even if you have the knowledge, even if you see the opportunity, there's often this huge wall people hit.
The big one.
Yeah. Key lesson 7, overcoming fear and taking risks.
Fear is powerful.
We're so often taught to play it safe, avoid failure, don't stick your neck out. Job security is prized above all.
Absolutely. The fear of losing money, the fear of what people will think, the fear of the unknown, it keeps millions stuck
in that rat race.
Right. Kiyosaki contrasts this with how wealthier individuals often view risk.
They embrace it more.
Not necessarily embrace recklessness. That's key. It's about taking calculated risks.
Calculated, meaning
Meaning risks that are understood, analyzed, mitigated because of their financial literacy. They know the potential downsides, but also the potential upsides, and they've done their homework.
so it's not gambling, it's strategic decision-making with imperfect information.
Exactly. And crucially, they often view mistakes or failures not as catastrophes, but as learning opportunities.
Data points.
Pretty much. That experience, even from a deal that doesn't pan out perfectly, is incredibly valuable if you learn from it. It builds resilience, sharpens your judgment for the next time.
That's a powerful reframe. The cost of a mistake might actually be an investment in your education.
If you approach it with that financially literate mindset, yes. Doing nothing out of fear guarantees you learn nothing and gain nothing.
So, when we put all these pieces together, the mindset shift, assets over liabilities, financial education, managing fear, what's the end game according to the book?
It's not just about getting rich in terms of having lots of money or stuff.
Right. It's
Financial freedom.
independence.
That's the ultimate goal. Having enough assets, generating enough passive income to cover your expenses so you no longer need to trade your time for money to survive.
You work because you want to, not because you have to.
Precisely. And the path laid out is clear. Consistently invest in assets, prioritize financial education, shift from employee thinking to owner-investor thinking.
And manage that fear to take calculated risks.
That's the formula he presents for escaping the rat race and achieving that independence.
You know, this deep dive really hammers home that financial well-being or freedom is so much less about the size of your paycheck and so much more about your mindset, your knowledge, and what you actively do with the money you do have.
It really shifts the focus from earning to owning and managing.
It's about building that asset column brick by brick, a powerful message.
Definitely gives you a lot to think about regarding your own approach.
Absolutely. Which leads us to a final thought for you, our listener.
Yeah, something to mull over.
Reflecting on these principles from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that idea of calculated risk, of financial literacy.
Okay, here's the question for you. Given all this, what's one small calculated risk you could explore this week?
Or maybe what's one specific area of financial literacy investing, real estate basics, understanding taxes better that you could start learning today?
Just one small step that might begin to nudge your own path away from only working for money.
And more towards having your money start working for you.
Something to really consider. What's that first step for you?